Welcome to Disney Odd Pod.
I'm Kat.
I'm Dee.
And this week, it's really the best case scenario for a plane crash. You have built-in food. You could really stay on that island for quite a long time.
Built-in food, in-house poontang.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you really could Swiss Family this and just stay on the island.
The last flight of Noah's Ark from 1980.
Say hello to Noah Dugan. Professional pilot, professional loser. Noah Dugan, loser. Making another getaway.
What the hell did I get into?
You shouldn't curse in front of ladies.
Now look, kid, don't you tell me how to talk.
Watching his luck change from bad to worse. In the last flight of Noah's Ark.
We're running out of gas. Boeing B-29. Mayday. Mayday. Hold on.
The war is over.
The men's civilization forgot. Gambling on a long shot with Noah Dugan.
Make a boat out of what?
Out of plane.
A daring escape from an uncharted island. Challenging the sea with an impossible voyage. Against all hope. Against Noah Dugan's luck. Elliot Gould.
When the hell are you going to get through that thick skull of yours to do what you're told?
Geneviève Bujold. Ricky Schroeder.
I'm sorry.
Lost 2,000 miles at sea. Incredible drama and adventure, as only the Disney cameras can bring to the screen. The last flight of Noah's Ark.
I found this movie somewhat delightful.
I thought it was terrible.
What? I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great.
It had a flash where it could have been good, but mostly it was annoying and long and, like, kind of boring.
What?
Yeah.
I found it kind of delightful.
No way. No. I think you were watching a different movie than I was watching.
I think we were watching the same movie. You just didn't understand the loveliness.
I didn't understand the hateful little child.
Which one?
Bobby.
How was he hateful?
He was hateful the whole time. He was
Towards
like
the guy?
Angry little, hateful little bastard.
Okay, he's angry because the guy, the first thing he says to him is, fuck your animals, they're stupid, I hate them, I'm gonna kill them for food.
Well, how does that kid think food comes about?
Well, he's an orphan. He doesn't know any better. Well, he is an idiot. Like, he's definitely an idiot at multiple points in this movie. But
he's grade A. It's like Life of Pi with farm animals instead of a tiger.
Like, the cow is actually his dad. And he has to come to terms with saying goodbye to his imaginary dad.
Goodbye, cow. Goodbye, cow.
That's just disappointing. I thought you were enjoying the movie. I, looked over, I was like, oh, he's digging the ride. This is good.
Yeah, it was not very good.
Correct, sir.
I'm not saying it's great, but I found it kind of cute. Well, you can't watch this one on Disney Plus. You have to rent it.
Shocking. Anybody would want to watch this again.
You know what? Just shush.
Shush.
Last Flight of Noah's Ark. Adventure, drama, gentle, sentimental.
Gentle. It's a gentle movie. It is a gentle movie.
Well, until the very last second. Jesus Christ. Took a left turn. A pilot, a prim missionary, 2 orphans, and a cargo of farm animals must make an emergency landing on an uncharted island and begin a perilous search for civilization. Is she prim?
She's pretty prim.
I don't think
Dirty ass little hoe's pretty prim.
She is not prim. It's like they're there for 5 seconds and all of a sudden she's like, I love you.
She didn't say it until the end of the movie.
But, no.
It was him who was there for 5 seconds was like, look, I'm gonna start touching you and kissing you.
Well, okay, it's because after they ran into the military guys, he's like, I better stake my claim here now, because we might be stuck here for 35 years, and this could be trouble, and that whole situation would have definitely gone differently, but
Trouble.
Yeah, exactly. So our director, Charles Jarrott, your favorite.
Yeah, Mr. Condor
Man. I thought, yeah, this is great. He loves it. Condor Man.
Did I love that?
Yeah, you did. You loved Condor Man. You said,
maybe.
I want a Condor Man poster in the podcast studio. You loved it so much.
That's true.
Don't play coy with that.
That's not coy. I don't remember.
No, you loved it. He also did just kind of like a bunch of Harlequin romance style.
A bunch of crap.
Movies.
Yeah, just crap. Basically, everybody involved in this movie, except for Elliot Gould, just did a bunch of crap.
Well, yeah, the three writers, they just did a bunch of TV kind of stuff, and one of them was a novelist on top of that, but ironically, this is not based on a novel.
No, and so I thought it was going to be. I was like, certain. And when I saw that Ernest Gunn guy had written a couple of novels, I was like, wait, so what book is this one? What?
It's the book of the Bible.
Yeah. Jesus and I Love You.
Yeah, God is the author.
We'll be revisiting that later. Yeah, so the writers are kind of nothing. The big star of the film is Elliot Gould.
Okay, so is it really just MASH? That's like his big thing?
Oh, no. But he did like a whole bunch of movies and TV shows and comedy.
He's like plays a cop on every single TV show ever.
No. That was just later on. He married Barbara Streisand for a long time.
Oh, okay.
He was nominated for an Oscar for the movie Bob, Carol, Ted, and Alice. I believe he was Ted.
Well, his most important part is he voiced Kim Possible's dad on the Disney Channel TV show Kim Possible.
He's extremely famous and fairly talented and known for being kind of an asshole.
Does he have a lisp a little bit?
No.
There was a part in the movie, like, when they were getting ready to leave on the plane, or when they had just... And I was like, do you have a lisp? What is going on?
I think it's that, like, New York Jew accent that makes it a little bit like that.
It was
he was kind of trying not to have it very much in this movie.
Mm.
Oh, I always smoke cigars for takeoffs and landings, so that's the tough part. You get used to them, Bernie.
It's Bernadette, Mr. Dugan.
Oh, well, have it your own way, Reverend.
Yeah, the lady, Genevieve
Bujold.
I mean, she is a French actress.
French-Canadian.
French-Canadian, okay.
Quebecois.
Gotcha, but I didn't really recognize anything that she
did. She didn't really do a lot. She just was kind of like a little... mousy broad.
But the little kid, the one hateful little kid...
Ricky Schroeder, yeah, he was a huge child star.
Well, but he also was on NYPD Blue as one of the main characters for a while.
No, not a main character.
Well, he was on it for a long time, though.
He was a minor character.
Oh, I'd have never seen the show, so I don't know.
Well, I looked before I went far with that. He was a minor character at the very end run when nobody watched it.
Oh, got it. Yeah, so he's like the...
he is a child star.
He's the... In X-Files, what is the guy's name that came in and was the like, new detective? He's that guy.
kind of. I mean, Ricky Schroeder is very well known for being a child star. Because he was on Silver Spoons, which is a stupid 80s TV show, and that was like his big...
Gotcha.
Big thing. But yeah, he's definitely known as being a child star.
Okay, because then in all of his in all of his credits as an adult, it says as Rick Schroeder. Like he tried to get away from the Ricky aspect because it was too childlike.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's who this dude is.
Gotcha.
And then Miss Tammy Lauren, she didn't do jack. She's in this movie because she's Charles Jarrett's daughter.
Oh, is she really?
Yeah.
That is a very fun fact.
I was like looking through and I was like, wait, it says parents, Charles Jarrett and some other Jarrett. I was like, oh, she's just in this movie because that's his daughter.
Okay, that is a very fun fact.
And they must have just changed her last name to Act and...
Makes sense, okay.
Yeah, makes a lot
of sense. It all
sense.
makes sense. She has,
Little Nick Cage kind of thing.
What?
Nicolas Cage's real last name is, what the hell? Why am I... No, don't. I'm like completely spacing it and I shouldn't. Such a famous director.
Spielberg?
No. No.
Scorsese?
No. But you're getting warmer. Don't you dare.
Okay.
It's the one that has the wine.
The wine?
Yeah. Or maybe his daughter has the wine who's also a director.
Coppola?
Mm-hmm. His name's Nick Coppola.
Is it really?
Yeah. Why
would you... I guess to distinguish yourself?
Yeah, so that he could get it on his own, yeah. But he's Nick Coppola. I mean, that's...
Out of all the names he could pick,
I had a brain
Cage.
fart. Well, it also makes him a little more genteel than just, like, Italian.
Nick Coppola.
Yeah.
But they're not related.
No, that's his dad.
Oh, that's his dad?
That's his dad. That's what I'm saying. He is Nick Coppola. That's his dad.
You're like...
No, I'm not.
I don't believe you. No way. No. His dad is August Coppola.
Oh.
Not Francis Ford Coppola.
Oh.
But
still, he's a Coppola.
It's his uncle.
Oh, sorry. What does August do? He's probably also famous because
professor of literature, but his mom was a dancer and a choreographer. But that is a very fun fact. Not related to this movie, but quite fun. I had no idea. Thank you for sharing it with me.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Did you get any fun facts?
The only one that and I just wanted to shout out both the Japanese guys. They were cool. Though.
Oh, yeah.
But anyways,
who?
John Fujota and Yuki Shimoda.
Yeah, the one guy was in Mortal Kombat.
And the other guy was in a ton of TV shows.
Yeah.
The guy that didn't speak English throughout the whole thing was the one that was like, he was born in Sacramento.
Okay,
He's in a million TV shows.
I hate it when they do this where it just says speaking Japanese. Like, just put the subtitle in for what they're saying.
Well, they didn't, because he wasn't actually saying anything. They're just like, oh,
but,
he's...
Like, at one point he was like, Tamagotchi, da-da-da-da-da. I'm just like, what? But that bothers me. Like, there was another movie where we watched where they were, like, speaking...
Like, I guarantee you that guy doesn't speak Japanese, and he definitely was not speaking Japanese, because he's an American.
Hibachi Benihana Teriyaki.
Nagasaki, Okinawa, Hokkaido, Yokohama.
Karate, Judo, Sumo, Samurai.
I know, but that's just, like, dumb. They should have just put some fake subtitles in. Like,
I guess,
it's just annoying.
The only thing that I gave as a fun fact is that they used 5 planes for this movie.
Jesus Christ.
One of them was the one that they flew, which is like an actual museum piece. The others were parts, and then they returned them all to the military when they were done. But they used 5 different planes to do it.
The only one I had was that this came out the same year as Herbie Goes Bananas.
That's so fun.
It's really not. I was kind of surprised that there wasn't more,
This is not a popular or good movie. I'm just going to spoil that right now.
I'm just saying, I found a number of things about this movie funny. And
there were a few mildly humorous parts and a lot of slog.
See, I didn't find it sloggy at all. God. Because, the very opening...
Everything was so predictable.
Well, obviously, that's predictable. It's a Disney movie.
Yeah, but that shouldn't be that predictable where I'm like, oh, well, here this part comes. Oh, well, here this part comes.
You knew the shark was coming?
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that. I guess it could have been a whale. I don't know.
I was very impressed. The movie starts, and you're just like, oh, cold open. The dudes bust into the guy's apartment. What is going on right now?
Violence fight.
And the dudes that are not relevant for 95% of the movie.
Well, the only relevance is that it got him to get on that piece of junk plane.
Because basically he's gambling too much, and he owes them a bunch of money.
Well, yeah, there is bookies. He's a degenerate gambler. Known degenerate gambler.
Loser.
Professional loser.
Because he goes around to all of these... I don't even know what to call them, plane companies or flying outfits.
One of them was a movie set or something.
Yeah, one of them was like pest control. Nobody would hire him because he's known to be trouble.
Professional loser.
Right. So then he goes to his last resort, and he doesn't even want to take the job at first because the guy is trying to transport this
animals and a lady
to some island
in a shitty old World War II bomber.
Right.
And he's just like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it until he sees the bookies show up at the place.
Which, it's not the end of the day yet. So why are they following him around?
That's what you would do if you're going to break his legs. I mean...
I guess, but then you still don't have your money.
Yeah, but you still gotta pay him. You don't want to mess around with gambling.
But I mean, they're like, you have till the end of the day, so why would they fall? I don't know, it just seems
so
weird.
He doesn't leave town, that's the whole thing.
But he left anyways.
But they were trying to stop him from leaving town.
They did a really crappy job. What
are you talking about? They tried to run their car into the airplane.
Okay, that was really funny, because he's like, this'll show
really
him.
Stupid.
And he gets out of the car.
Well, yeah, or even being in the car, if the plane hits the car, you're gonna die.
That's what I mean. I think we both laughed out loud because the guy's like, this'll show him.
Yeah.
Besley, do something! Hi, Mr. Besley. That'll fix him.
And I think, what? And of course the kids have stowed away in the plane.
Yeah, and at first I didn't even think that the orphanage people noticed. It didn't look like it.
I didn't either because I said, what is this? They home aloned here? They miscounted the kids on the van? Like, what is going on? And then I realized that she was trying to flag the plane down.
Yeah, so they were trying to flag them down to stop. She made this motion of a short child, and they're like, okay, yeah.
Oh, she's waving us on. And this is nuts. Like, they have 2 giant cows on this plane, tons of chickens, goats, sheep.
That's not even a cow. That thing's like a water buffalo or something.
It's this huge thing, but they have another cow on the plane.
Ox, yeah.
Yeah, something they can get milk from. Then, like, this whole sequence is probably 15 or 20 minutes. God, this opening thing. And I kind of forgot they hadn't shown the title sequence yet.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden when they're... and it's even before the kids pop out. They go into the title sequence.
And it's this ridiculous song about half of me is me, the other half is you.
Yeah.
If I were a star, a tiny star, you'd be my starlight. Half of me is me, the other half of me is you. If I were a bird, a tiny bird, you'd be my wing, for only half of me is me, the other half of me is you.
And there's all these shots of the plane flying low. If you're trying to conserve any kind of fuel...
With all those animals on there.
You gotta fly as high as you possibly can.
To get wind lift
and less air resistance. So you want to be... You're not going to be flying 100 feet over the Golden Gate Bridge.
Well, you know what? They had to get that Golden Gate Bridge shot in there to give...
Which is weird because he left from LA. I don't know why they had to fly 600 miles
It's not even clear where they're going.
No, it was clear. They were going out to a little island past Hawaii in the Pacific Ocean.
Oh, okay. So then they ended up at some uncharted island, like, in between Japan and Hawaii, basically.
Well, no. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
Like, they veered off this way a little bit.
They veered somewhere.
Somewhere else. And that kind of makes me wonder, how many uncharted islands are there actually left in the world, do you think? Are there still
tons.
a lot?
There's still tons.
Yeah,
especially in the Pacific. I mean, it's so big that they can rise up and fall down and all kind. I mean, you can just
Gotcha. So basically, the engines go out. They run
out of gas.
Well, because there's the weird sequence where she's like, "If you need to take a nap, I can fly the plane because I've had 3 hours of flight instruction."
In a Cessna.
And he's like, okay, good. And they're like going down and he's like, pull up. And she's like, can't do it. And then all of a sudden she's flying just fine.
Yeah. And the kids make their first appearance. And God is her co-pilot while he's back there dealing with the...
Because she fucked up the compass. Because she put the radio thing...
On it.
And it fucked it up. So they're going the wrong direction. And then he realizes it. And he's like, well, we just got to go as far as we can. Like, is that what you would do? You would just keep going in the same direction you're going?
Yeah, you can't turn around unless you got half a tank of fuel.
But, yeah, it just seems like, I don't know.
You've got to... Well, I mean, you basically have to do what they did, is look for land and hope to land there. There's nothing else you can do.
Yeah. This was pretty dramatic. I did enjoy this when each engine was going out and the kid's like, what about that island over there? I'm like, how do you not see that island? You're a fucking pilot.
He's old, though. He might have crappy eyes, and the kid's like, I see that. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough. And they have a dramatic landing where he has to, like, puddle hop them into the island, basically.
Yeah, he, like, skips onto the shore. And the first thing they have to do is build animal fences.
Right, because that would be the first thing you would do.
That's the most important thing.
Well, she's...
No food, no water.
Nope. Well, she says food and water, but that's after she says the first thing is we have... Why won't you just leave the animals on the plane?
Well, no, you'd get them out of the plane, but you wouldn't care about keeping them in a pen.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Because they're not going to wander off too far. Like, they're just not.
Well, no, they will, but who cares?
Well, that's your food.
Well, maybe not if you have little Mr. Bobby Vegan.
Well,
the little bitch running around.
I
can't eat it.
The thing is, it's just that was the most unrealistic part of this, is that...
The fact that you could build anything that would contain that ox.
The fact that anytime in any of these movies somebody lands on an island, all of a sudden they know how to engineer the craziest things. Like, remember that fucking treehouse in Swiss Family Robinson? Like, there's no way.
No, there's a way, but...
No, it's...
No.
Not realistic. But... So, yeah, after the animal wrangling, Brutus...
I mean, imagine how much water and food you'd need just for the animals.
That's what I mean. Like,
you'd let them go free. That's what I mean. You'd have to.
There's so much of this that is
Think about, like, just at a farm, how important the water trough is.
Yeah,
and it's true. Huge.
Yeah, it's true. And they never really established that they found water.
Well, in the scene where the little kids are chasing
Brutus,
you see a little river.
Oh, I thought that was just part of the thing going into the ocean.
It's like a muddy little river thing.
Okay, so you could drink that, I guess. Yeah. Yuck, you'd probably die.
Well, you're in the jungle, you're going to get sick, but...
Well, I don't know. These guys have made it for 35 years.
Once you get used to all those googly things that are in the water, you're going to survive. But clearly, they had way, way, way more people with them. Those two were just the last two surviving.
You think?
They alluded to that and said that, yeah.
Okay, so these Japanese pilots or...
Well, no, they were just... they said they were in the Navy.
Yeah, and
they were stationed on that island.
Okay, so the station was already there.
Because that part is derived from a true story. That actually happened. That there was a guy on an island, or maybe a couple of guys, that thought that the war was still going.
Oh, geez, that's a real thing. That's so horrible. A real thing, yeah. They just thought they were just left there, and the war was still going on.
Yeah.
And then they ever get rescued?
Well, yeah, how do you think they found out the real story?
You're right, duh. So
true
at first,
story, bruh.
They're like fighting each other, but none of their weapons work anymore.
Yeah, for some reason their rifles just backfire.
Yeah, and Mr. Noah, what's his last name again? They said it a million times.
Oh, that's all I even called him. I forgot that his name was Noah. Duggar.
Yeah. He's like, no, they're gonna kill it. Like, he's being logical. Like, these guys...
Well, yeah, this is like the ultimate, or maybe the first, white dude doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. What a bumbling idiot. That's exactly right every single time.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like, he knows what he's doing, but the lady makes out like he's like some dumbass.
Oh, yeah, because she just walks up there, no problem. And these are two guys that have been alone on an island for 35 years with no women. Like, I'm sorry. This is just, I don't care how nice you are. Like, so she goes there, basically is like, I come in peace, and then all of a sudden they're like cooking her a feast.
Well, the one guy speaks English, so she can talk to him in Cleveland.
Oh, that's right, yeah, because his mom went to Cleveland. She thought it was the best city ever.
So she talks to him and explains the war's been over for all these years. And blah, 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 and they feed her, and then Duggar comes and kicks the door down.
Well, because he thinks that they're sex torturing her.
No more, yeah.
It is, because that is what would be going on, but she's like, you ruined everything.
Yeah. White lady doing white lady stuff. With the Bible in her hand, of course.
And then he's pouting. Now you have people to help you navigate what's going on, and then he's just pouting.
Well, he's pissed, because he's like, you're so stupid.
Which, it was stupid, but it worked out, so, like, be happy about it.
Yeah. But you still have to worry that you're stuck on an island with somebody you absolutely cannot trust.
Quiet, Mr. Dugan.
I told you not to leave.
That's it. Your pride's hurt. I was dictated by a higher authority.
Huh? Oh. Yeah, well, I was worried about you, and I thought you might need my help.
I can take care of myself just fine, thank you.
You don't give an inch, do you? What if they'd have hurt you?
But they didn't.
Well, how was I to know?
So you came charging in like a bull in a china shop. Well, Mr. Dugan, you, like the rest of the world, must learn that violence is not the only solution to problems. Well, enough of that. Let's get the food ready.
You get it ready. I'm not hungry.
Because you know that they're just going to do whatever they think they want to do, whether it's a good idea or not. If she really wanted to go there, they should have gone together.
That is true. They should have gone together.
And with the children. Everybody should have went there. Either nobody's going to die or everybody's going to die at the same time.
Right.
Pretty simple equation.
Well, and they probably would have, if they didn't speak English, they would have been less suspicious if they had the children with them. They would have been like,
well, that's what I mean. It makes more sense. Yeah. It's like, you're not going in with guns and kids. Like, you're just...
Well, and when they came up on the beach, all they would have had to do was been like, put their hands up and been like, oh, peace, peace, or whatever, and it would have been fine. Like, this whole thing would have been avoided. So then they decide they're going to turn the plane into a boat.
Which is a good idea. I mean, a plane is a good boat.
Okay, but what is the realistic that they could turn this plane upside down?
The way that they did it, the way they took everything off and flipped it, I'm sure they could do it.
If they didn't have that cow, they couldn't do it.
I don't know, man. If you get a long enough lever, you can do anything.
It just seems like it would be too heavy to float. Like, I don't know. It just seems like it wouldn't work.
No, because it's a big tube. As long as you have the tube sealed, it's going to float. It's a big aluminum tube. And they stuffed it with sticks. I mean...
Yeah, I guess that's true.
I mean, it wouldn't have floated with all those bulls and cows.
Well, at first they're not going to take the animals. And I'm like, dude, that's your food supply.
And
if you run food.
Well, no, I mean... It doesn't make sense to take them unless you're going to chop them up.
But that's what I mean. You'd at least take, like, one of the cows.
The chickens.
You take the cow that makes milk, you take all the chickens, and you take, like, a sheep.
And pretending like you're going to leave it on the island is there to die. They're just going to proliferate if you leave them on the island.
Right. Because there's clearly no predators there.
Yeah, all the pigs are just... The pigs are probably going to take over the entire island.
Right.
Come on, kid. They don't need you.
Because
you're not in the city anymore.
The dramatic thing where the guy's like, we're not taking the animals. He's like, we have to. And then he yells at the girl, see, he is a horrible person. And then the guy feels bad. He's like, okay, well, we have to make the animals nice beds.
There's enough without him. We gotta save ourselves.
You mean you're just gonna leave them here?
Well, they're only animals. They'll be fine. Look, I know you like them.
I love them. They trust us to take care of them.
Yeah, I understand.
You don't understand. You don't know about loving them because you don't even like them. Julie told me you were just teasing about Brutus, but you really meant it. This proves it.
Now, wait a minute.
You be quiet. You got stuck with all of us, now you want to get rid of us. Julie told me you were really nice underneath and you just talked grouchy. And she said she was going to still love you anyway.
Look, Julie, you have to understand.
You still think he's so great after all? He's gonna leave the animals here to die? Do you?
And then they load up on the plane boat. And, okay, when they're leaving, he's just like, okay, we gotta go. We're gonna leave these Japanese guys behind.
They gotta go. They gotta hit the high tide. They gotta go.
I know.
And those guys should have showed up and they were out screwing around bombing the island.
Yeah, I was wondering, like, maybe they just wanted to stay there. I didn't know.
Well, at first I thought, they saw those guys holding hands, they were just going to stay. Yeah, that's just like, it would have almost made more sense
if they would have just stayed there.
They're like, we've lived our whole life here, we're just going to keep living here. You guys go on, do your thing.
I mean, think about it. Would you just stay there?
After 35 years, if I was in my 50s?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would.
As opposed
How are you going to reintegrate into society?
Well, and that aside, it's like, I could stay here, I've been surviving just fine, or I could die a horrible death drowning at sea. Like,
right. Or, like, starving to death or whatever. Or even when I get home, what the hell do I have to come home to? Whoever that guy's wife was with his kids, she's obviously moved on. Those kids grew up and don't know him.
Yeah, so it's just... Yeah, I thought they were gonna stay.
Yeah,
like I really did. But no, they're running down the beach and they swim out to the plane and then they're blowing everything up because they think they were told to do that. Apparently.
Leave nothing behind.
And the guy's like, "What the fuck? If something would have happened, we would have had to come back."
He was 100% right. Yeah,
that guy is right the entire movie.
Duggar is right the whole movie. That's part of what's annoying. It's like, no. You guys should be listening to him at all times.
Yeah, it's just. Oh my god! But I don't know. I found
and he's
it funny.
Such a loser.
Loser. It's
I did find that part kind of funny. The whole part. So the only parts I find funny are the when the Japanese storm them on the beach up through when he ruins everything.
Yeah,
it was kind of funny, and then it just kind of fell back apart for me.
I still found it humorous. I found it entertaining. But they make it out into the ocean, and then they decide after a while they're going to send the duck out with a note. The duck would just fly right back to the boat. It would not...
They got the idea from the Bible.
Right, she got the idea from the Bible, which is a thing. But ducks don't really fly long distances like that, do they?
Yeah, when they migrate.
But yeah, the duck would just come straight back. Like, it wouldn't...
Yeah, it'd be like, what? I don't fly around a lot.
Yeah.
What?
So the duck goes, and
they're having the farm on there, but it stops producing because everything's probably hungry and thirsty because obviously there's no way to water or anything like that.
I mean, yeah, the animals would be dead. There's not enough water.
Yeah. So they try spotlight fishing, which works a little bit until a shark shows up.
Well, because the shark is why they weren't able to catch fish before, apparently.
Yes, which makes no sense.
There's sharks everywhere in the ocean, so it's like, okay, and then their big idea is we're going to kill the shark.
Catch and kill.
Which you could eat it.
You could.
But also, like, another shark would come. Like, this isn't going to solve your problem forever.
The one shark that all the way through the whole Pacific Ocean.
Yeah, the only lone shark. Like, that's it.
The only lone shark, not even a different type of shark, nothing. Just the shark.
Yeah, and they're going to magically pull up this, what appears to be a great white shark.
Yeah.
With their bare hands.
And a pulley. Come on, a pulley.
There's no way. And, of course, you see it. Oh, this dumb kid's going to fall in the water.
Well, yeah, because he's screwing around, getting outside the railings, like, oh, and the guy yells at him, get back out inside the thing. He's like, oh, I'm a little stupid kid.
And he falls in the water.
And he falls in immediately.
And the Japanese guy is like, don't jump in, like, you're gonna die. He's like, screw this kid, like, one less mouth to feed.
Yeah, and that kid's annoying. Just leave him in there.
But the guy jumps off and rescues the kid, but only because Miss Prim and Proper Missionary takes the flare gun and is able to kill the shark with a flare gun.
She didn't kill it, but she, like, scared it off or whatever.
No, it was implied that it died. Because it just... If you watched it, like, hit the shark and then blood was coming out.
Was that what that was supposed to be?
Yes, it was supposed to be blood.
I thought it was just supposed to be the flare swim.
No, because then the shark didn't swim away. The shark just, like, sunk.
Oh,
it was implied because he said that was a good shot.
That's stupid.
It was implied that she killed it.
Wow.
And then...
Bobby was wrong. That's what he says. He's like, I was wrong about you.
Oh,
After he yells at him.
Yeah.
And, so wait. And then that's where he had Bernadette. It's like, I love you.
Yeah, I love you too.
And then there's a bad storm.
Oh, yeah.
The perfect storm.
A really bad storm. Their sail falls down. Their little step, like, ramp thing gets ripped off. Like, everything is bad.
Most of the boat is torn apart.
The front part gets bashed in, so they have to close the seal off, and all the animals in them are in a separate thing. And then all of a sudden, they're like, Brutus fell over. He's dying.
During the storm, yeah.
And they're like, we need to kill him. And it's really horrible. The kid saying, no, back, like, don't kill. It's really horrible. I really don't like this part.
The steak. Everybody was just thinking about steak.
But, I mean, that is what they were thinking. But I really thought they were going to shoot him.
I was hoping they were going to shoot him.
And right as the Japanese guy gets down on the kid's level and says something to him in Japanese, and then all of a sudden the kid's okay with it.
Like, okay, fine.
I thought he was going to make the kid shoot him.
Well, that's what I was hoping for, yeah.
But then right as he's about to shoot him, then all of a sudden there's a...
The Coast Guard rescues them.
Yeah.
And of course, the first thing they have to do is get married so that he can fuck.
On the boat. They're still on the thing.
Yeah. They're getting... Well, when he gets on land, that lady's in for it.
But I mean, you didn't go on the Coast Guard boat. Y'all are just chilling on the shitty thing that's...
No, they just got married on the thing.
You would have gone on the Coast Guard boat.
They would have, but they got married on the back of that thing while it was getting towed in.
It's so stupid.
It's more romantic.
I guess.
Get married on the back raft of that thing.
And then there's like a vet on the Coast Guard boat because Brutus is fine now. It's all good.
They fixed him up.
He just probably needed some water. He's probably just thirsty.
Yeah.
They just gave him some water.
I mean, he might have been dying of dehydration, like legit.
That's probably exactly what it was. And there's a shot where the Coast Guard had the duck. Like, that's how they found them.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what it was.
The duck saved the day.
Yeah.
And everyone's okay and better, and Brutus is happy, and that's the end of the movie.
And I think it was implying that they were going to adopt those two? Is that what
So that was my question, is, like, what happened next? Where do they go? Do they just stay in Hawaii?
I feel like he got his fill of her after, like, a year and took off.
I don't know, man.
A little too much Jesus for a Jew.
But then he was, like, quoting the Bible at one point, so clearly
he was just messing with her.
Religious of some kind.
No, he was just... He like borrowed her Bible and was like, oh, okay, I can say that. And then,
like, he looked for the stuff that's, like, highlighted so he could see what her favorite passages are when she wasn't looking.
Underlined, yeah.
Like, when she's asleep, he goes and flips through.
It's like, okay, I can say this, I'll get her.
So, what you got?
My first award is Jesus and I Love You, Duggar.
What, in reference to what?
To, like, everything that the lady does is like, oh, I love you because I love Jesus.
She does love Jesus.
And she loves him. But it all comes back to the root.
So this actress, actually, she was a nun at one point.
Was she really? Oh, boy.
Yeah, when she was first an adult, she entered the convent, and then she left to be an actress.
So she's very serious about it.
Yeah, this role, she was like, I'm in.
This is the role I was made to play.
I was made to play this part.
For this.
Exactly. I have the cold, extra cold open, because I don't think we've ever watched a movie that literally just immediately you're thrown into the action so quickly, and it's so long till the credits come in. Like, so long.
Not a Disney movie, no.
That's what I mean.
Very unusual.
It's a cold open.
My other one is white people be white people, and for white lady thinking that she can just go barge into somebody's base and
with
house
her Bible in hand.
With her Bible.
Yeah.
And everything's going to be all good.
But you know what? That actually tracks for people that are super Jesus-y. They think
that's what I mean.
That's going to protect them.
But it doesn't, it's not going to protect them.
But I know. So it's kind of perfect, actually.
Yeah. But that's what I mean. That's why it's one of the awards.
That's great. And this award really should have been when we watched Swiss Family Robinson, but everybody's an engineer when you crash land on a desert island.
That's right.
You can make pens. You can make boats, apparently. With rafts, you can do everything when you crash land on a desert island. You'll be fine.
You can dream it, you can do it. Exactly. I gave the Peter Pan Dickhole Award to Bobby because he's pretty terrible throughout the entire movie.
Bad.
I think he was horrible through the whole movie.
I think he was just a regular kid.
And whiny. He's like, I'll show you that he's terrible. Fuck you. I hate you, kid.
He's not great. Like, these are like the two reject kids who were going to be in Witch Mountain, and they were like, no, we can't have them in there. They're too annoying.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, these kids could have played those parts, but they would
have just been terrible.
Especially the girl.
Yeah.
I gave the PETA award for all of the animals, especially the chickens. Like, those chickens, you would eat. Those would be the easiest things to kill and eat.
They went through like 50 of them.
Yeah.
I have also made a new award, and it's skip this movie. Just skip it. You don't need to watch it.
It's not that bad.
It's not that great.
I would watch this again.
No, you wouldn't. You'd turn it off 5 minutes in.
No, I don't think I would. I was invested. I was into it, actually. As soon as they got to the thing and there's all these animals, they're going to go on this plane, I'm like, oh my god, what is going to happen with this movie? And then as soon as the plane was like crashing, then I was into it at that point. I was like, oh my god, what's going to happen? They're going to get stuck on an island.
Did you have any surprises or disappointments?
I was just surprised this was not based on a book. Because this is the period of time when all of these movies are based on books, and this seems like it would be very much a book thing. And that really did surprise me. I just needed some whack out of this. Like, where's the whack? There was wackiness in all of the movies of this era. Well, and this had no wackiness, and it was like, what? No, this is lame. It's all serious and boo-hooey. There was a little bit, like, when they were chasing the animals around the island and trying to get them in the pens. And that's not whack. That's just... I know. It really didn't have whack, but that's okay, because I feel like if they would have put whack in, it would have had to be a lot and wouldn't have been enough. No, they didn't have to do a lot. They had to do some just to make it less of a downer. I didn't find it to be a downer, but as far as like a sequel, just, you know, that's what I was clarifying. Like, are they adopting the kids? Like, do they stay in Hawaii? Are they going back to wherever? I mean, if they don't adopt the kids, they're dicks. I mean, would you adopt that little kid? Well, if like the sequel, I would have drowned Bobby. Well, that's the alternate version. Like, before they take off on the thing, he just drowns him and leaves him on the island. No, just like some night, like after you arrive, like the kid just shows up drowned. Like, oh, he must have tried to go swimming at night. I would think you would throw him overboard when you're out in the middle of the ocean. No, because everybody would know. Oh, I guess that's true. Yeah, he just like shows up drowned, like it was his fault. Yeah, that's true. Final thoughts? Yeah. I don't share that sentiment. I enjoyed this movie watching experience. We don't have to agree. I know. We don't have to agree. So, did you find a budget? I did. $6 million. Wow. And they made $11 million. That's a shock. They profited. I'm really shocked.
What do you think the Rotten Tomatoes score for this movie
Well,
is?
I don't know, because I'm very conflicted, because I enjoyed it, but you seem to really hate this movie, so I don't know, like a 60%?
Try 40. And it's only with the people. There's no critics score, but 40 with the people.
That's just a crime.
No, that sounds good to me.
It's not good to me.
So what was your score, Kat?
I'm not saying this is a great movie, but I enjoyed the movie watching experience. I gave it a 63%, or 6.3 out of 10 really stinky living quarters, because when they're on that boat, where are all the animals pissing and shitting?
Right underneath their feet.
Like, it would smell and they're out there baking in the Pacific sun, like, it would smell ungodly.
And there's
horrible.
no way to get more bedding.
Right. It would smell... Well, it's not really clear how long they were out in the ocean also. It's probably only a couple days.
Do you think?
Yeah, because there's no way those big cows would have survived more than, 3 days without water.
Yeah, I guess that's probably true.
I mean, I'm sure they brought some water with them, but,
But, I mean, you couldn't bring enough.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe they were out there for 2 weeks.
2 weeks on the ocean.
But there's just no, there's no point of reference.
You have no point of reference here.
What was your rating? 34. I'm sorry, what was that?
34.
That is just really...
Or Drowning Bobby 3.4 times.
Oh my god. You just really got... Okay, here's what I think. I think you were too distracted by Bobby to appreciate some of the subtle nuances of funniness and of comedy in this movie.
It was more than that. It was a little too subtle.
And some of the heartwarming aspects of it. Like when they're going through this bad storm and the Japanese guy pulls out pictures of his kids and his family showing the girl. It was heartwarming.
There was some heartwarmingness to it, but it just... I don't know, man.
That's okay. You can have bad taste. That's fine.
Yeah.
It's acceptable.
Great. So now, it's time for Kat's favorite part of the podcast.
Let's see how many times we're going to have to roll it this time.
And this time we get number 261, which is...
something we've had before.
Freaky Friday.
Yep.
How about number 233?
Wow.
All right, it's a movie we haven't had before.
I'm impressed that it only took so rolls. It's in the early 2000s?
It is 2000.
Oh, wow. So this is right around Princess Diaries, Inspector Gadget.
It's in that range, yeah.
Is it Fantasia 2000?
It's not. It's the movie directly after Fantasia 2000.
Is it Dinosaur?
It's not.
Okay.
From 2000, the Tigger movie.
Oh, you look so happy!
Yeah. I mean, I guess we're getting it out of the way, but...
So, I can't really remember. I think I have seen this movie. I watched it, on Disney Channel or something.
I'm sure you have. You were a kid.
I wasn't that young. I was, 11.
Yeah, you were a kid.
Yeah. And I think it's not that bad. I mean...
It's a Winnie the Pooh. It's not good.
I don't think it's that bad. But I don't really...
Woohoo! Tigger 2!
I feel like he's, going to search for other Tiggers or something, and that's the movie.
Yeah, I got it. I think Tigger is extremely annoying. Well,
this movie, you're going to have lots of Tigger, because it's the Tigger movie.
Yeah, no, I got it.
Sorry.
Yeah, why do you think I'm oh my
Well,
God.
You're getting it out of the way.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for that.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm. Thanks. Just can't wait.
Well, so look at it this way. We're screening all these movies for future children so we know what not to watch.
The movies that I block.
Exactly. You'd be like, that movie doesn't exist.
Doesn't work in this country. Oh, that's too bad.
That's really horrible. Oh, look, it's in Spanish. I don't know what... We can't fix it.
Que hora es? Okay. So, subscribe, do the thing.
Leave us a review. You can check us out. We're now available on YouTube as well, which is a new thing. So
YouTube.
Only this much longer later, I figured it out.
YouTube. Yeah. So, fun times. In the meantime, this has been Disney Odd Pod.
I'm Kat.
I'm Dee.
Bye! What do you think customers of this also watched?
What's that movie? Hey, man!
Island at the Top of the World. Night Crossing. Monkeys Go Home.
Hey, man!
Smith. Third Man on the Mountain.
Smith!
You know why? Because we are those customers.
Yeah, I know. Because you know who's not watching any of these movies?
Nobody.
The 4 people who listen to this aren't watching any of those movies. Red leather, yellow leather. Right?
What?
Red leather, yellow leather. Red leather, yellow leather.
What's that?
That's like a warm-up for speaking.
Red?
Like a tongue twister.
Red leather, yellow leather. Red, yellow leather. Wait, red?
She sold seashells by the seashore.
Well, yeah, she sold seashells down by the seashore. That one's easy.
Yeah.
Red leather, yellow leather. Red, yellow... Red leather, yellow leather. Red, yellow leather.
Red leather, yellow leather.
Red leather, yellow leather. Red leather, yellow leather. Red leather, yellow leather. Red leather, yellow leather. Why does that make... Oh, that's hard to say.
That's why it's a tongue twister. Bong! Are you ready, bonger?
Mm-hmm.
You gonna help me make dinner when we're done? Feed the dogs?
Yes, I am. I'll help you with all that.
Okay.
Welcome back.
Well, no, there's no welcome back. No, there's no being gone. It's timeless.
Well, I'm just telling you that before we start. Like, welcome back.
Welcome back, cat.